want to see more of this guy.
You want to see more of him for ESC, of course. Well, they had players that stepped up themselves. Lion had a massive game. Nova, Nartex, Flex went huge, and Scorps turned up against FaZe. Can he do the same against Emzin?
I think it's really going to come down to both Scorps and Lion. They're the two that, if they go off, the whole team follows up behind them. And I think the early picks in the round, they have to go their way if they really want to try and get the momentum they need to go and grab a map against Super Valiant to start this one off.
Well, there's the trophy they're all playing for, of course. First map will be Ankara. Let's get down to it. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be global restart for ESC on Ankara. And, of course, it will be SV. We can see... not see, because there's a change once again, and it's another audio issue, I'm guessing. As I see Flex with his headset off.
Flex just still, but he'll be telling his team to shush in a minute like he was previously. But no, we'll be jumping back into the game. Hopefully it isn't a major issue. I'm sure it's not. But just to kind of touch on these two teams, I mean, I wanted to touch more on ESC there. It just seems like they're so hyped, they're so happy to be there, they didn't expect it. And the reaction from beating, obviously, Flipside to get here kind of said it all. I mean, you said it was like their grand final.
The final, yeah.
And it was good to see, and now I hope they go into this not only like confident, but just happy. I want them to go into this just, you know, enjoying it.
Remember that winning moment they just had, and no matter if they're going to get slaughtered, which is possible, I hate to say it is possible, but if they're looking at like a 5-0 deficit already, you know, just remember that winning moment, keep your confidence up.
Just know what you can do, know what you have already done. But I don't know, for me, like what their kind of strategy is going to be going into this, to go up against a squad like this. I think they may, you know, kind of go a bit outrageous on some rounds. They might just go, you know what, we're a little bit down here, let's just push one site fully and just go crazy. I want to see something, but it looks like we're back into the game here as we go into map 1, SV versus ESC.
All right, quick scores from both of you.
10-4.
Big 10-4. Okay, we're talking Ankara alone, all right? 10-4. That's going to be obviously SV, I'm guessing. That's not a good start. Dabaq, quick double headshot, lined up perfectly for him. Kyle?
I'm going to go with 10-2 on this first one. Ankara, it's just not a map that I can see them walking away with. And, I mean, Super Valiant, they've had so many good plays on this map. I think it's going to be a difficult one.
And that's just it. You think of how it worked out against Penta, but they've got themselves 2 kills and equal things up here. So Scorps finds 18, gets in another. Lions there. If they could get the first round, my word, what a start that would be, Phil.
This is, I mean, it would be incredible. This is the position which we talk about. For me and Dabaq now, it just wouldn't surprise me if they pull this round out of the bag, but one's already gone down. Dabaq's taking damage. That's going to be round number 1. ESC. They're starting strong.
Look at you jump up. He's all excited, bless him. So from a 5-on-3, they take it, a clean 3-man stand. Brilliant stuff. Worked out well from Scorps, gets himself a triple to open things up. That is how you settle your confidence. So, SV, not going to be quite as overawed and running in confidently. They're going to slow things down this time. And you can see now, we do have the scope for Emzin lining up down mid.
Right now, I think it's really going to be about who controls the pace of this game, and that's what's really worked out well for ESC, but they have to be careful. Dabaq, he always goes for the aggressive early entries, and right now, things are looking good for Super Valiant this time around.
Well, it's pretty much the exact same as how things started, but will it finish the same? ESC, they bounce back quickly, but I think SV may take this, like you said, a little bit more slower, a little bit more methodical, and try and close this round out.
18's going to peek. Nova sees him. They're going to double peek him. They manage to find it, and they make it work. Now, Formy, oh, he's not looking. Just Nova got very, very lucky there. He saw Formy, so now they can double peek him again. So they can try and line this one up. They've turned it back around. Nartex and Lion get themselves a quick 2 kills, and Formy and Dabaq find themselves the last man standing once again. Is history going to repeat itself? No, Formy spins around, finds Nova, but he's taken down, and it's Dabaq all alone. He manages to go 1-for-1 with Nartex and take him down, and now Lion, the last man standing for ESC, on a charge to rotate and try and cap out this bomb. Dabaq plants it, 1-on-1 time. He knows where Dabaq is. Now he lines up the nade. Oh, he misses it up. That shows nerves. He knows where Dabaq is, so he can line it up. He gets the shot. It's 2-0 to ESC.
This is the start they needed. This is the confidence boost they wanted. You know, to go into this, they're going up, like we said, probably a million times over. These are world champions, and just to get that under your belt, a couple of rounds back-to-back, Yes, they're on the defense, but Lion has started strong again. He's 3-0. And this actually, maybe, just maybe, we see Super Valiant just thinking, hang on a second, boys, you know, let's just calm down a bit. We're 2-0 down. Something's going wrong. Let's just play something a bit different. But no, it's Scorps. He's picking off WQ. Missed a first kill. Well, this time, we see ESC take that first blood.
Kyle, please explain to me how ESC are 2-0 up right now. From a 5-on-3 situation, both rounds.
It just comes down to what I said before. If Scorps and Lion are firing on all cylinders, everyone else just seems to follow up behind. And right now, just looking at the frags they've got, you've already got Scorps 4-1, Lion 3-0 just after 2 rounds. So they definitely have to be feeling that confidence, giving the momentum to push them forward towards potentially their first map win if they can keep this up.
There's nothing nicer than having your words backed up in the first 2 rounds, is the Kyle? I'm pretty confident about that. I'm pretty happy. And you know what? Why not? It's working. N9 creeps his way through. Is he going to go through Ben's going to try and get himself around the side there? Just a distraction. And now we're seeing a different style from Super Valiant here. Formi's going to chase down Nova, will find him. So he's single-handedly opened up the site this time around. So very much a split tactic from Super Valiant all across the map. Happy to go for the one-on-ones. Formi's hunting for another kill, but he won't find it. Nartek spins around. Has his number. 18 pushes out. Will manage to find him. No! 18 gets a quick double flex and Nartek's go down. And now Lion is all alone. And this surely will be Super Valiant's first round.
Yeah, Lion's going to be left in a 1v3. He's given up his location as well. The bomb isn't down just yet, but it shortly will be. Here we go. And I don't think that's going to change much other than the fact that Lion has to push. There is one player flanking round as well, so if Lion doesn't go down, scrap that. He's already gone in 9. Put him to bed, and there we go. We're going to have first round on the board for SV as we go into round number 4 here. And finally, they get on the board.
Finally, you would have thought so the first 2 times, but it took him a little while. Now we look at Scorps, misses the opening shot on Emzin. That could cost him. Now he's going to try and wriggle his way out of it. Emzin allows him to back away, flashes his way there. Emzin looking to go for the challenge. Nice slow play here for coming out from SV. They're looking for the frags. This could be vital. Oh, Emzin's so fast to react there. Does get supported, but Formi's there to take down Nartex. Making it a 4-on-3 for Super Valiant, the world champions. WQ pushes through with the help of 18. Scorps gets the 1 frag. Now a 3-on-2, but the bomb plant chance coming through. 18 will take down Flex. That's going to be a bomb plant going down. If they can get past 18, it doesn't really matter. They're going to get Scorps to deal with. He's the last man. He's on the rotate.
There we go. Taken down. And it was 18 to pick up that one. He had a great round there. He's now 5-2. And he gets round number 2 on the board as well. And of course, for these boys, they are on the attack as well. So I think we saw some, look at this for the defensive stance. Every single player pretty much stacking mid, and B, A has been completely left open. On a, touching on obviously adapting, they haven't pushed A once. However, the bomb is still in spawn, and Formi is already off the map.
And 9. Looking once again with WQ. This pairing have been working well. It's interesting how Super Valiant is playing this. They're kind of like sticking in pairs and probing all across the map. It's not like they're looking for that one pick. It's like they're looking for every pick.
Yeah, and right now it just seems like Super Valiant, they're giving so much respect over to ESC after those first 2 rounds. They're really not trying to force a quick engage, but right now it is going to be an even number situation, but they seem very eager to slowly work their way into A here.
Oh, the timing can be everything. Scorp steps away the second they push through, and N9 just rushes him down. Tries to find the second one on Lion. Lion is in a dangerous position here, peeking out against 1, 2, 3. Finds one, gets flashed up, just tries to go for the free shots. Can't manage to land it. Gets away with his life. 18 pushes through. Now he's going to get a second bomb around the side there. Big aggression from WQ. Finishes the job, gets himself a quick double. It's 3-2. Super Valiant take the lead.
Nice trades coming in for themselves, but it all started that initial flash in. So tactically aware from the squad themselves. SV now, it seems like they've found their little niche in this attack, and they've found the hole that they can punch it through, and ESC will have to adapt.
Q has been huge, hasn't he? Gets himself yet another double. 9 and 3 for him so far already. Scorps takes down 18, but Dabaku still yet to get found through that smoke. He's trying a couple of look shots there. Nartex does find Ems in over on the side. He's still got N9 in there. Scorps, what happened there, buddy? That's not what you want in a pro game. Nova does get Dabaku down though, but it's a 2-on-1 for Nartex, who's struggled in the opening game of the day, but 5 and 5 at the moment, certainly respectable scoreline already. He's going to try and challenge out. They double peek it perfectly. Formy gets the kill.
Nicely done there by SV, and it just seems like they've found their groove now. Yes, they dropped the first couple of rounds, but that's 4 back-to-back, I believe, for the squad, and SV seem to be dominant over towards that A site. Will they continue to push that, though? Or do they change things up, maybe go for a bit of a different one? We're going to see an aggressive play here from Scorps. Already, the first blood goes down to Emzin. Emzin seems to be a little bit lost on this one. You know, he's not been using the AWP, he's been using that AK. 1 of 5 currently.
Well, every time they've had a number advantage, it's worked in SV's favour. This time they find themselves 1 down as they push on through. Bomb collected by Formy on the rotate. The rest of the team stacking out. Good disciplined defences here from ESC, but they've got to catch them running. You can see them pushing in on site. Nova was stepping away there. Nartex is going to be pivotal as he pops out. Nova does go down. Nartex holds, peeks out, finds one. Oh, he was trying to spin for N9 there, but N9, he dealt with Flex and Nartex. Brilliantly done. And now it's a really tough retake. Lion takes a grenade to the body. Scorps alongside him. They're both got to go for the double peek and try and hope it works, but they're up against 3 members here. Scorps lines it up, but Lion gets caught out the second he peeked in. Formy lands that one. You're not going to put money on ESC this time around, as N9 has a big round for Super Valiant. And that's just it, you know. Time and time again, we've said it for Super Valiant. They have just a star lineup that everybody can have a big round.
Right now, it almost seems like Flex is playing very, very nervous. He's the only one who seems to have changed going into this map so far. He hasn't gone for any aggressive plays, really, which is kind of contrary to what we saw in past maps. I think if he could sort of step up and help find those entries along with Lion and Scorps, they could make it happen. But right now, things are just not looking good.
Yeah, it seems like SV have adjusted and read ESC's defensive pattern. You just saw double nade onto Scorps there. Scorps using the same position once again, and instant response SV, double nade to the face, 15 hit points was all that was left onto the first one. They go into the grinder, and once again Dabaku comes out on top. Time again he's had Flex's number, and that's really where he's losing out the battle. Dabaku seems unstoppable at the moment as he romps his way through into the bomb site. Nartex and Nova, the last 2 standing, they've been kind of all alone over on site. Nova now the last man in a 1-on-3. Never going to work out for him. And that is 6-2. Suddenly the score's stretching away. It's a different story when you were looking at a 2-0 start for ESC.
Yeah, the excitement of those first couple of rounds and me thinking that they've got off to a good start and the confidence is there for them. It's soon been shoved away, and that's coming in from SV. Here we go, big engagements to start the round off though. 2-4 for either side. And Lion, Flex, Nartex are going to be the ones to take that man advantage. And 9 and 18 though. Don't put it past them, this little duo. They've come back from bigger tasks, but now N9 with everything to do.
A 6-3 first half wouldn't be too bad for them. They have to finish this off. N9 getting a big tag in the back there from Flex. Gets the tag, but not the frag as he backs away. And then tries to sell the dummy, maybe. Is he going to go for the rotate? He's got a minute 43. He's going to try and catch him in the cross. Oh, 9. Just all about the peeking moment. Jiggle peeking, didn't quite get the look as they passed on by, and now we're going to have an element of time where it's all about mind games, Carl.
Yeah, it's going to be a position for 9. He really has to try and get as much information as possible to try and force these 1v1 situations. That's really the only way I can see him coming out on top here, but ESC, they cannot afford to line up and give him the opportunity for some sort of double kill spray down. Otherwise, they're going to be looking at a very grim deficit going into the second half.
A 1-7 start for Flex, and you look towards obviously the matchup he did just have, and like you say, a very slow start for him. He's going to be kicking himself for not performing on Ankara in the first half here. But N9 He's got his chance to put the bomb down. He's checking every single angle first before he goes for it. Looking and thinking, well, okay, I know where they are. And he's actually just thinking, is he going to set himself up for a cheeky defensive position? He's got to force them to rotate. But he may have the time to get the plant in and flank around. Is he going to go for it? Yes, he is. He's going to try and get himself into a sneaky position. Are they going to be expecting him in such an aggressive defensive spot? He can get into that corner and he can catch at least one off guard. I think they just caught a glimpse of his body.
Yeah, I think they did as well. With 27 seconds, he's not even going to take the shot. Oh. He's going to be taken down by Flex. But I like the play. It was smart. It was intelligent. If he took that first shot, we would have seen the same result. Flex would have jumped around and just taken, one shot would have, his health was so low. But it was a smart play. It didn't come off for him, and I think it was a much-needed round for ESC there going into the second side. I think that would have been a bit of a kick in the teeth if they lost that 1v2.
Yeah, 6 rounds unanswered finally. They get themselves that third round on the board. 6-3, though. It's better than a lot of people would have put against them, I think, already.
Yeah, definitely, especially after a 10-0 start today. I mean, they've shown us what they can do here, and they're still in a situation where it is winnable, but they're definitely going to have a phenomenal second half to bring this one back. And Super Valiant, they've definitely stepped up their game after those initial 2 rounds gone against them.
Well, the boys are having a bit of a team talk, you can see there. Obviously, the shot caller in the middle commanding his squad, but I believe we are back into the game. Only because I can hear something going on in my headset. There we go. Kicking things off, though. It's 6-3 to Super Valiant here, the Chinese squad, which everyone predicted would be. But ESC, they've come through the fairy tale story of taking down both European giants. And now they find themselves in this grand final. Map number 1 here, second side. 2 minutes to go. We see a bit of a push towards this B bomb site. And I don't know what you make of this, Kyle. Obviously, just the way that SV are defending, they seem to have pushed out a little bit as well.
Yeah, SV definitely going for that early map control, but I like that ESC is still sticking to how they played against the other 2 European teams. They're going for the 4-man stacks, and it looks like they're going to go for an aggressive play here over towards B. But they definitely have to be careful. WQ, he's been on fire this match so far, and he's going to be the one on the initial defense here of B, but looks like they're ready to go charging in here.
Well, it seems like more of a breach and clear as they go forward as a squad. No one to be answered. That's going to be the first. It's WQ, the man who usually puts the first on the board. Answered back, though, for me. Nova putting things on the board, and that's going to be a nice double coming in for SV, and it leaves only 2 men available. Scorps and Flex versus N9 and Emzin.
Well, Flex flashed out, already doing better than he did in the first half, isn't he? Gets himself that kill opening up. They both stack out. One wants to go left, one wants to go right. They got 50 seconds. They could go for the rotate. They're trying to creep their way away. And say, look, to go through connector underpass. Now, they've got to realise it. Emzin's going to drop down. Yeah, he's realised it. They're not sticking around. They're like, hang on a minute. Emzin goes looking. Can't find the kill. Flex has to go aggressive to try and answer that. Emzin finds him. And, well, Flex is going to be kicking himself for missing that one, but it's a 2-on-1 now. Scorps holds the angle, and they've no reason to go looking for the frags now. This is going to make it really awkward. Misses the shot. Tries to go in for the peek. Now he has to go for the rotate, but he has only got 20 seconds. They're going to drop down on him. And 9 triggers the peek. Oh, he lands the shot, but he's got 17 seconds. Can he rotate in time? I don't think he can. Has he got the time to come across? He's got to go looking for it, and this is going to be SV. They're just going to hide. It's just going to hide. He's run out of time, and, well, Scorps has outdone himself there and won't have the time for the plant. And N9 will come out on top. Super Valiant play that one brilliantly. 7-3.
That was a round. When he got that first pick, he needed to do something. I think it was the wrong decision. It's a do or die there, and you needed to put round number 4 on the board for your team. Obviously a very tough ask. Emzin got taken out of that one, but look at this stack right through the middle. Emzin can pick them apart if he just pops up, maybe. There's the first. Pinpoint accuracy, head down, staying alive, getting his teammates back on, but they're charging forward. He's not going to find the second, but Flex and Lion, 2 players who have been going off for the squad, find themselves in a 2v2.
Well, Flex strikes again. This time, maybe after kicking himself on that last little play. Second guessing themselves almost. It almost worked out brilliantly, but he gets taken down. WQ goes huge again. This guy is a monster in the finals. He was huge in China, and once again he turns up when it counts.
Not sure about the reactions of Nartex there. Even I was thinking, just shoot him, and he just went around the corner. Almost a bit hesitant, if you like.
Yeah, and right now it just seems like ESC, they're almost afraid now to push into this team. We saw how successful their aggressive plays were earlier, but after getting shut down time and time again, I think they're just starting to lose control of this match here. But right now, looks like they're going to try and take things slowly here towards A. But they definitely have to be careful, as looks like we do have a 3-man stack here for SV.
3-man stack coming in. Dabaq. Such an entertaining player just to watch at the start of rounds. Even when he's not pushed up, I think he is the one that's always going to be that first engagement half the time. And here we go. He's going to be a bloodbath. Flex. Lion 2v2 split. A 3v3 as we stand there, and Emzin finds the double. Cannot the third. My goodness, that was close. But a 2v2 for Scorps and Flex. They need to slow things down. They have to take the time for a second.
They have to make it work right now. They've been in these 2v2 situations 3 rounds running. It's backfired on them, and this is the difference. Super Valiant already in position to rotate. Flex on, he's going to get took out by Formy, and suddenly you don't put your money on Scorps, do we? He takes a massive hit around the corner. 18 is there, and another 2v2 goes the way of Super Valiant. Map point for them here at 9-3.
Yeah, and right now it's just a situation where even in those even numbers, they almost gave SV a bit of an advantage there. They could have gone for one of those players who was alone, but instead they slowly gave them time to group up and actually pair off in a 2v1. But Scorps starts it off right this time. He's going to take down Formy, but still 9-3. What a game it would be to come back from.
This is one hell of a mountain to climb for the boys of ESC, and I think they needed map number 1. They needed that confidence boost, because you give the confidence, you give the lead to a team like SV, and they're going to absolutely run with it. However, we've got 4-4. Flex has fallen.
Yeah, and with map 2 being Black Widow, the Chinese specialist map, you're going to worry for ESC here. They're going to keep their heads high, though, as they go looking for these kills. Emzin finds one, and Lion gets himself a quick double there. 3-on-2. They have the numbers advantage for the first time on the Blacklist side. Can they make it count? They've lost 2v2s 3 times running, 3 rounds back-to-back. And 9 creeps his way through. Dabaq already down, so 18 looking to come through Hotel. Lion has been so big for ESC throughout this tournament, but this time he's found. N9 comes in. There was no cover fire, no cover whatsoever from ESC. They were just expecting to rotate. N9 goes looking for it. Nova in the corner. He's going to get run over. And from a 3-on-2, they go down to nothing. And it will be the first map to Super Valiant. When the clutch moments come, you always put your money on Super Valiant.
Yeah, and in that last round there, it really just came down to the misplay there from Lion. He wasn't positioned to play for that post plan on the bomb, and I think that's what ultimately led to that sort of miscommunication we saw there, where there was no support for him because of the position he was in. The other 2 players were playing the bomb, while Lion just sort of sat sandwiched between those 2 crates on the site, and ultimately gave them a nice advantage to try and bring that back.
I just think as well, I was about to say, when it was a 2v3, we were talking numbers, so I went, numbers mean nothing to this squad.
Yeah.
They went in that as a pair, and they picked it apart. They picked off one, then they pushed as aggressively, winning that individual 1v1. Just the way they move around, just getting cover when they need their teammate to help them is so clever. And I think it was, rather than out-shooting them there, it was outsmarting them.
Yeah, I mean, a total misread from ESC in the final round there as well. Having the double stack up towards, expecting the rotation, the default rotation almost, to come from A, and well, obviously we saw Super Valiant were just coming around the back. To have nobody covering that back point was a little uncharacteristic for them. But of course, when you're up against the world champions, you try and second guess yourself, and sometimes it kind of backfires on you. So 10-3 the first score, of course. A couple of highlights here. Dabaq definitely going to be heavy highlighted here. He had some magnificent rounds. First half was brilliant. Just overall, Dabaq, man of the match, more man of the map, I should say, for me. As he was, from what I recall back in China.
Yeah.
When it comes to a final, this big beast of a player steps up.
He just seems to be always the one with those first engagements. But I think it was the first 2 rounds, even though they did go to ESC. In fact, the first 3 rounds, he got a 2-piece in 2 of them. It was really good to see, but it was just like, it's not that first blood, there's one of them. It's just like he opens it up to a 5v3 instantly with a click of a finger.
Yeah, and you're looking at the situation, ESC turned it around from 5-on-3 in their deficit. first 2 rounds, and you say, hang on a minute, game on, what's going on here? But then Super Valiant turn up. That misplay down there, you got to look at it. Scorps obviously, yeah, while he landed that shot, then he backed away. He had to go. He had to look at the clock and go, I haven't got time to rotate. You've got to know that in your head. You know the timing of the map.
Yeah, and the biggest thing I noticed too, out of everyone who's gone up against ESC today, Super Valiant, they're the only team who wasn't afraid to challenge them in mid. They just went for it, and in the end, it paid off for them.
Just being confident in yourself, I think that's what they were doing. And again, I'm pretty sure when I say that Super Valiant haven't done research on this squad, that's probably true. They didn't probably come into this tournament going, hang on a sec, we need to research what ESC do. They've come into here just thinking, we'll play our own game, we know we're the best team in the world. And it just seems to work for them. And when that stops, maybe they'll do a bit of research. But right now, they're just walking away with this.
Well, that is the bonus you have when you are the best team in the world, Phil. So what a fantastic start for Super Valiant. 10-3 on the first map, of course. That was on Ankara. We're going to be moving to Black Widow next. That's going to be after the break, ladies and gentlemen. Do not go anywhere. This is the CrossFire IEM Expo Invitational, the grand finals, and maybe just one map away from victory. There once again. This guy has been a beast in the final, and he's turning
earlier in the day against Flipside, so I think that could give them a nice chance to at least make this a bit closer of a map, but still, as we've said, I mean, Super Valiant, they're the team to beat now.
well at the moment.
Oh my goodness!
At the moment, it is a shooting range as Dabberq and Emzin basically take control of mid and say, thank you very much, you're all dead.
Emzin was moonwalking back and forth through those windows, just popping people off. That was, like you said, it was just aiming practice. I can't believe round one's over that quick. However, this is what I want to see from ESC. I want something bold, I want something big, and they're going all out. But
it's almost one of those games where you're like, yeah, okay, we haven't started yet, we're just having a warm-up. Can we start now? Can we start now? It's not working out for them. Emzin at last goes down, but Dabberq is there once again. This guy has been a beast in the final, and he's turning it once again. Scorps finds a brilliant shot onto Formy there, but he's going to find another 3 of them. Dabberq 5-0, 2 rounds in. They're just charging down long A. The Dabberq, of course, is the man that finds him. 6-0. Don't unleash the beast. He's not fearing it, that's for sure.
6-0. I mean, 18-9. You know, they're looking at each other going, Have you done anything? No, I've not done anything either.
No one's coming our way, boys.
Dabberq's absolutely beast in this map, and you can see Dabberq just popping in between that middle door there.
And you heard the bullet just rattle past behind Scorps there. That was close. You know, hop skipping through. Emzin even pops out and takes a look. Scorps is playing a dangerous game, trying to snipe down mid there. This is where obviously he was having so much success against FaZe, but it's not working out for him here. They're not getting that opening pick. Dabberq finally goes down, but he's just a monster right now. 8-1. He's going to be 10-1 in a minute, I think. But that's 3-0. And so far, this is looking reminiscent of the port map that ESC played on the start of the day. Just 3 frags for them in the opening 3 rounds.
I mean, this is just highlighting, really, the squad of SV on this map. And I want to say it's not surprising. I'm not surprised, to be honest, about the way that this has gone down at all.
Right now, it's going to be an engage on the B box room, but so far it's still going to be just completely in favor of SV here. But what I really like to see from ESC is some sort of fake. They seem to just always fully commit, but SV, they've caught on to that now. But this time around, it is going to be Nova and Scorps both picking up frags, and that's actually going to turn things back in their favor a tad. But as we've seen, SV, you can't underestimate them even when they're down. I mean, especially Emzin and Dabberq, the last 2 alive here.
Another Dabberq kill to add to the mix. That's 9-1. He very well could be 10-1 by the end of this. Flex and Scorps. Scorps has been a player, you know, in this, you know, first couple of rounds who has kind of picked up kills, but I think those are like the unnecessary kills, the one where he's left alive, and I want him to get more in the mix. I want him to get, you know, up close and personal. Look at how many plays went down in boxes as well. Wow.
Do you think?
There's his 10.
Do you think he knows how to dab?
I'm sure he does. Honestly, I don't know if there's anything this man can't do right now. He's 10-1.
I called it, didn't I?
You
10-1. 10-1. I knew it was coming. 10-1. Massive score for Super Valiant here in the opening 4 rounds. And you may have called 10-6, Carl, but I'm not sure where those 6 rounds are coming from at the moment. Emzin at last goes down to Scorps. Opens up the mid, but you can see N9 already pushing his position. Scorps tries to switch to the pistol, but not quick enough. 18, meanwhile, across the map, finds himself a quick double. And ESC are lost in the wind right now. They are struggling to find their footholds here on Black Widow.
You say you don't know where Carl's 6, I don't know where my 3 are coming from, to be honest. This is a walk in the park right now. Nartex is going to find his first kill of the game in round number 5 here. However, still 2v3, 18 is low. For me, just covering on those stairs as well. Flash grenades coming out. And for me, I think he's just done dirty on them. He's come right behind them. There's one. He doesn't know that one is coming below, or does he? Yes, he does. He's going to be caught out by Lion, though. Lion now a 1 versus 2. Can have 2 1v1s, and my goodness, this could be a 1v3 here on the hands. Look how low 18 is. 1 shot, he's gone.
What a turnaround it could be, the first round on the board, but 18, he's got a position. Oh my word, with a deagle to the side of the head. Lion goes down. You thought it was going to be a 1v3. Disappointment on the face of Lion there, but it's SV's round once again. It's 5-0.
The bottom left camera says it all right now. They must have been in this game, what, 5 minutes? They're 5-0 down. How they turn this around, I have no idea.
Any idea, Kyle?
I mean, right now for ESC, I think they're trying to force things too much in this situation. I think if they can spread out and maybe throw a bit of fakes to try and draw these players out one by one, that's going to be their best bet at this point. They seem to almost just be funneling in here and just trying to throw aggression, but SV, they're not a team that's going to lose those aim battles, so you really have to try and draw out the 1v1s and just hope the best comes out of it. But as we see already, Emzin gets the opening pick. Scorps, he's not winning that exchange over and over again now.
And this is something they did so well against Flipside. They had that mid-control. They do not have mid-control here, and we're seeing ESC kind of lost at sea without that mid-control, with Super Valiant dominating it, whether it just be Emzin on her own or whether he's getting the help of Dabaku piling through the doors. As it is, they're going to try and challenge out over on B site. They do get a good opening as Nartex comes through. Lion is still there. Dabaku goes down. So they have B control, but they've got to make the pass. And Emzin is the gatekeeper right now as they try and push on through. Nova exchanges and 18 replies. 18 piles through. Unfazed as Emzin knows exactly where Lion is. Bomb is down. Emzin gives his position away. Lines up the shots on the box, and luckily Lion had already made that rotation. Look at this. Is he going to go for the backstab? It would be good, but Emzin is aware of it. Comes around, not that aware, and Lion lands the headshot. Perfectly placed as ESC pick up their first round on Black Widow.
There's confidence coming through. You can see Emzin just like popping bullets through the box, giving his position away. He's like, yo, come out, challenge me. I got this, but fair play to Lion there just to back off and to pick up that one round. They needed it badly.
Yeah, and right now it's almost like Flex, he's just been so quiet in this grand final here. I was expecting a lot more out of him, especially from what we saw earlier in the day. But once again, it's going to be that mid-control favoring SV here, and it's going to be ESC. They have to try and find a way to shut this down somehow. Emzin, he's already in connector, shutting things down.
Oh dear, they just lined them up. Perfect crossfire position once again. Excuse the pun, but Emzin and Dabaku working so well as a team. 6-1, this score is rattling up, and now Super Valiant just 4 rounds away from victory here in Katowice. Just 2 rounds remaining of the half. Emzin once again, seeing if he, you know what, when you're this good, you just get that lucky with the shot through the smoke. Might as well just take them. Grinder, though, for Lion and Nova as they pick up 2 kills.
Couple of kills there in the mist, and it does go in favor just for a second here as ESC. The one thing I will say, though, Nova has been tagged, so is Flex. like Kyle said, I want to see more from Flex. Is the player that's going to bring the experience and the talent to this roster, and right now he's not showing what he's capable of. However, Emzin, the complete opposite, showing exactly why he's still playing, showing exactly why he's still winning. Dabberq finds number 13 though for himself. For me, tallies up another, and now Flex left in a 1v3.
Yes, got a lot to ask. Talked about, see, he can do it. He can do it. He knows he can do it, but it's just not happening for him at the moment, is he? Maybe it's nerves. Maybe it's just, I don't know. He put everything into the previous matchup, but 7-1 the scoreline for Super Valiant as they move into the final round of the half, and we can see ESC, they're trying to do what works out for them against Flipside. They are stacking it up, and it may work out for them. They may get into that site, but N9 now on the sniper rifle, just lining up. It's a triple sniper rifle round. You know, this is when Super Valiant are having fun.
Yeah, they're definitely having fun, and 3 kills come back to back, but now left in the 2v2.
God.
Oh my goodness, it's you know something's wrong when Formi's just pulling out a sniper for some fun.
Just when you think they're going to get the round, that Formi and Emzin both hit a shot apiece, and there's Formi with the deagle. It's an 8-1 half, ladies and gentlemen. There's just 2 rounds that Super Valiant need to take this grand final in simply dominant style.
I think for once my prediction might be better than Kyle's. I may be speaking too soon right now, but I don't see them getting 6 rounds. I don't see them coming ever close. I mean, look at that, just the head in the hands. Yes, you're down. Yes, you're 1-0 down in maps. Yes, you're 8-1 down or whatever it is right now. But there's got to be, I don't know. I just feel for the guys, I really do. I know they've overcome huge leaps and bounds to get to the grand final. No one expected them to be here. Well, but I'd like to see just a bit of just something.
Flex has been here before. He was obviously played over in China. He was there with Penta. He knows the situation. He knows how good the Chinese are. For the rest of the teams, this is a eye-opening experience. Our first ever LAN. Amazing experience. We take down the 2 top European teams, but now we're in the real world. Now we're up against the Chinese who dominate the world of CrossFire. And not only that, they're up against the world champions just 3 months ago. Emzin lines himself up his second shot, gets another on the board. Do not challenge mid. I think this is quite clear right now. Do not challenge mid. It doesn't work against Super Valiant. It's 8-1. And make that 9-1, sorry. And it's looking like this could be the final round.
Yeah.
Triple rifle, why not?
We say don't challenge mid. All 4 players run straight through mid. They do actually take them down, ironically, this time. But it's maybe a little bit too late.
Yeah, well, Formi finds himself another. That's answered by Lion Note. And now a 4-on-2 advantage, of course. Super Valiant having some fun with this one, picking 3 rifles up at the start. Dabberq so far untouched, challenging Lion. Lion gets picked off by N9. Don't tell me they're going to take this from a 4-on-2. It's now a 2-on-1. Flex, the man, the hero, but not this time around. It's Dabberq's final, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is the winning moment for Super Valiant. A dominant performance. 10-3 on Ankara, 10-1 on Black Widow. You just can't get any better than Super Valiant right now.